This is what happened when one night of WWE RAW left a faction in ruins, a legend issuing ultimatums, and Wrestlemania season thrown into chaos. On February 23, 2026, inside State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, RAW delivered some of the most consequential moments of the entire year, and not all of them were planned. Start with Bronson Reed, because this one genuinely stings. Everything was lined up heading into February 23rd. Reed stood at the center of the Vision, one of WWE's most dominant factions, and a triple-threat Elimination Chamber qualifier against Jey Uso and El Gran Americano sat right in front of him. WrestleVotes confirmed what the booking already suggested. Reed was the planned winner of that match, with a WrestleMania path waiting on the other side. None of that happened. Midway through the match, Reed went down trying to break up a pinfall, rolled out of the ring, and pointed to his bicep and elbow while the ringside doctor rushed over. Corey Graves clocked it on commentary in real time, and not long after, Michael Cole made it official. Distal bicep tear, out indefinitely. Jey Uso won instead, punching a completely unplanned ticket to the Elimination Chamber, and Reed's WrestleMania plans dissolved on the spot. But here's the thing, this injury doesn't exist in isolation. Reed entered that match as the third member of the Vision already on the shelf, which makes the full picture genuinely staggering. Seth Rollins tore his rotator cuff at Crown Jewel in October 2025 in Australia and went straight into surgery. Braun Breaker re-aggravated a hernia following his Royal Rumble elimination on January 31st in Saudi Arabia and followed the same path. Now Reed joins both of them with a torn bicep, and all three original power members of the faction are gone simultaneously. What's left of the Vision heading into WrestleMania season is Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Paul Heyman on the microphone. And the cruelest part of Reed's situation is that this isn't even the first time a major injury has stolen a WrestleMania moment from him. Back at the 2024 Men's War Games match, a foot injury shelved him for just under 6 months and killed a promising rivalry with Rollins before it could breathe. The faction, as Bleacher Report assessed it, would need a radical evolution immediately to stay relevant. Right now, there is no Vision without its vision. From there, the night shifted toward Brock Lesnar, and his segment told a very different kind of story. Lesnar stepped onto Raw for the first time since the Royal Rumble, Paul Heyman walking beside him and doing all the talking, and the message carried no ambiguity. Brock Lesnar wants a WrestleMania 42 opponent. Heyman invoked the end of The Undertaker's undefeated WrestleMania streak, called Lesnar the other marquee attraction at WrestleMania, and dared anyone in the locker room to step forward, framing the challenge as an invitation to receive what he called an ass-kicking of biblical proportions. Heyman even mapped out Lesnar's entire road to Las Vegas, San Antonio on March 16th, Boston on March 23rd, New York City on March 30th, Houston on April 6th, Sacramento on April 13th, every stop building toward WrestleMania 42. The problem is the record surrounding those appearances. Lesnar is 48 years old in 2026. His return at SummerSlam 2025 positioned itself as a marquee event, and a victory over John Cena at WrestlePalooza followed. He competed at Survivor Series War Games and entered the Royal Rumble at number 22 on January 31st, eliminating 3 superstars before LA Knight and Cody Rhodes sent him out. Bleacher Report's assessment of that stretch was blunt. Lesnar has become a sideshow act, with the War Games and Rumble appearances described as forgettable distractions from WWE's full-time roster, and the WrestlePalooza match with Cena rated as unsuccessful. The retirement conversation runs parallel to all of it. Dave Meltzer reported in late 2025 that working plans for 2026 included retirement runs for Lesnar alongside AJ Styles and potentially Chris Jericho, though Meltzer noted he didn't get the impression it was locked in for Lesnar the same way it was for Styles. John Cena, speaking with Chris Van Vliet, appeared to confirm Lesnar would retire after SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis, which happens to be Lesnar's home region. WWE released a new Here Comes the Pain t-shirt ahead of this Raw, signaling continued investment in the character, and yet no WrestleMania opponent has been officially confirmed. Reports point to Oba Femi as the leading candidate, with Gunther also circling after building a storyline entirely around retiring legends, including forcing AJ Styles out at the Royal Rumble. Whether the Open Challenge produces a WrestleMania match that feels necessary or just fills a slot on the card, nobody can answer yet. Beyond Reed and Lesnar, Atlanta itself shaped what February 23rd became. This was AJ Styles' home region, and WWE treated it accordingly. Styles had retired at the Royal Rumble on January 31st after losing a career versus career match to Gunther, and the tribute Raw gave him landed. The Undertaker appeared in the closing segment, announced Styles as the second inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026, joining Stephanie McMahon, who was announced first back in September 2025, and then broke character entirely to embrace him. Yahoo Sports handed the overall Raw a 4 out of 10 that night, but carved out a perfect 10 specifically for the Styles tribute. The rest of the card filled in the WrestleMania picture steadily. Raquel Rodriguez punched her Elimination Chamber ticket by defeating Io Sky and Kairi Sane, completing a women's field that now includes Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James. Liv Morgan, who won the Women's Royal Rumble on January 31st, made her WrestleMania declaration official, targeting Women's World Champion Stephanie Vasquez. On the men's side, the Chamber field locked in at 6, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso, with the winner heading to WrestleMania 42 to challenge for the undisputed WWE Championship. The whole thing plays out in Chicago on February 28th.
CM Punk defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor at that same event, with Royal Rumble winner Roman Reigns waiting beyond it for WrestleMania. Pull back and look at the full night, and a single thread runs through all of it. The Vision arrived in Atlanta as one of Raw's dominant forces and left it fractured beyond recognition. 3 injured members, an unstable core, and a WrestleMania road that no longer looks the way anyone drew it up. Brock Lesnar stood in the same building issuing challenges that his recent appearances haven't quite backed up, with a retirement timeline gathering in the background whether WWE acknowledges it publicly or not. And AJ Styles, in the same city that watched him build his career, got the send-off that the Royal Rumble couldn't fully deliver.